on digital radio, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Football in general.
The update presented by the Sportscast.
The Sportscast, January 26, 2026. If you haven't yet, please subscribe at all your channels, YouTube, Facebook, X, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can also listen to us on your smart speaker. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. We are also on online digital radio. You can visit our website, thesportscast.net. Also, follow us on X and Instagram at the Sportscast1, and check out our app, the Sportscast for iOS. It was Snowmageddon in Denver, but not Seattle. The championship games are done. Now we know the Super Bowl finalist, and some people might like it, some people may not. But a man that did go through Snowmageddon and probably knew how that Denver game went, Dan Madden, Northeast Ohio. Welcome to the Sportscast.
Yeah, good to be back. Just got done shoveling the snow. We had about 17 inches here yesterday, so it was a wild one for sure.
And you were telling me you've never seen so much snow before. This is probably the first time ever 17 inches is your record.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As far as I can remember. But, yeah, it was wild. It was wild for sure.
Man, incredible. I mean, I've been to a snowstorm when I lived in Virginia, Lynchburg, Virginia, in the mountains. That was the most I've seen. I don't know how many inches, maybe 6 if I had to recall, but God, you're safe. God, you're alive. Yeah. And it's a good day to not go to work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I hate something. Well, we had a huge weekend day in the championship games, but before we go into that, we got some news, late breaking news. Shedeur Sanders is replacing Drake May in the Pro Bowl games. Why? Because Drake May has to go to the Super Bowl, so he can't go to Pro Bowl the week before. But your thoughts over that? What an honor for Shedeur.
Yeah, let's go. Brown's got a Pro Bowl quarterback, man. There's apparently he was free, like you said, and apparently
it was available.
Limited requirements, I guess. But it's getting a lot of traction online. A lot of the comments, people are like, "Well, this just shows the Pro Bowl's a joke," you know. I mean, no one pays much seriousness to it, but he's in, so we'll see. It's interesting.
Yeah, quite something you say that because I think it's like flag football type. I mean, well, not really. Excuse me. No, they do tackle and all that, but it's becoming a little bit more low scale.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's great to be named in one. That's great, but playing in it, it's not. Not many people play it, and I remember when they used to have it in Hawaii for the longest time, and then they decided to move it a week before the Super Bowl, and I think that's worked out.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's better than what it was in Hawaii.
Yeah, week after.
Yeah, exactly. People kind of forget about football then. So,
well, other news this morning: Jaguars offensive coordinator Grant Udinski, who is 30 years old, has informed the Cleveland Browns that he is removing himself from consideration for the head coach position. Dan, your thoughts on this? I mean, how can you turn this job down?
Yeah, right. I mean, this is just the trend. I mean, this is the third coach that has turned down this job. I mean, it's just
like Daniel did it.
Yeah, it's such a prestigious. Everybody wants this job. I don't understand. I mean, the quarterbacks are figured out. I mean, it's great. But no, I mean, apparently he's interested. Bills is the job he's interested in. Apparently, if the Bills don't take him, then he's getting a pay raise at Jacksonville to go back to be the coordinator. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that the Browns, it's down to two guys. Maybe he knew that. That's why he withdrew. Let's go with that. But they flew out to L.A. to interview the pass game coordinator, Schellenhaus, I believe. So I think that's the guy. Schellhaus, or Shorts are the top two right now, I believe, for the Browns.
Yeah, as Dan said, the remaining Cleveland Browns candidates for head coach as follows: is defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, who has a huge defensive mind, which Dan likes actually. Rams passing coordinator Nate Chilhas, Commanders run game coordinator Anthony Lynn, and former Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken. So it's three offensive head coaches versus one defensive coach. Dan, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I prefer to go with Shellhouse if you're going to make the move to leave Shorts out, because you already have a great defensive coordinator. So if you're going to go a defensive guy, no other than Shorts. I'm a little skeptical, because if they do go with Shellhouse, I mean, is Shorts going to stay? I mean, he might feel slighted and say, you didn't pick me to be the coach. I'm out of here. And their defense is playing well. And so, I don't know. That's the risk you take, I guess.
Jim Schwartz has only interviewed for the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. So he's not going to the Ravens because they hired Jesse Hunter already. But I don't think, as far as I remember, I did some research. It's not really clear as day, but you can't go to another team with the same position, apparently.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Well, hold on. Unless the
Yeah.
head coach gets rid
Yeah.
of him.
Right.
So if Schillhaus gets hired, hey, I mean, I don't want Jim Schwartz, which why would he say that?
Right.
Then he's able to go. Obviously, Jim Schwartz is a good defensive coordinator. I mean, the Browns had a good defense, Dan. They had one of the top defenses in the league this past season.
Yeah, and I've heard that rumors are that Shellhouse wants to keep Shorts. So if that's the case, maybe they can make this work. And I'd be happy with that, to be honest. I mean, to a young, innovative offensive guy, I think that's what's needed to spark this offense.
How about Todd Monken? Obviously, he is also interviewed for this job. Also, if he does not get this job, he could go to New York Giants and coach again under John Harbaugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to that too. We'll see. But I do think it's down to Shellhouse and Shorts. I don't think, from what I'm hearing locally, it's down to those two.
Quite something. Nelchi Haas, he is he's a current pass game coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams. He previously served as an offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Iowa State University. So he's well known. He's never been an offensive coordinator, which I prefer that than someone from like the under beneath with Mike McDaniel. But why do you think Mike McDaniel didn't want to take the Browns job or get that second interview?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I heard that like the management is requiring these coaches to like write an essay like to about what their plans are, and someone like McDaniel, like, I mean, come on, I ain't writing no essay. Like, come on, like a lot. I mean, that could be. I mean, they wanted an essay like a college kid. Let's write an essay what your plans are. Like that was what they were doing. So McDaniel, I mean. He showed up in like a $5,000 suit. He's like, forget this. I'm out of here.
Yeah. And he turned down the Raiders second interview as well, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think Tennessee. There's some other. Oh no, Bills. That was the one. Buffalo Bills. He turned it down, which I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, unless he knew that they weren't going to go after him somehow, and just like, I'm not going to waste my time.
What I did hear,
I turned it down.
Why fly to Buffalo? What I did hear that he didn't want to take the Browns or Raiders job because because he was prone to lose. There's no good
Yeah, right. Yeah,
scenario for
it's
him
a
to.
rebuild. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do a rebuild, so he doesn't want to go in that situation and then go 0-2 with bad teams. I mean, Miami Dolphins he had a good 2 good seasons, but that was pretty much it. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. How fast you want the Browns to get to hire one of these
I
guys?
tell you what, I'm hearing from local sources we can know something as soon as today.
Wow.
So I think it's
So the
imminent.
snowstorm ain't stopping them.
No, no.
I'm sure. I'm sure they're all in Florida working remote right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Well, we'll see what happens. Browns have 2 quarterbacks, Gabriel, Gabriel and Shador. So we'll see what happens with that. Don't know what's going to happen to Gabriel. Let's go to the other side of Allegheny Alley. Steelers have hired former Packers and Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy to replace Mike Tomlin. Mike McCarthy ain't 26. He ain't 36. He's
yeah,
62. What do
right.
you think about this hiring, and what have you heard around him?
Yeah. So, like I said before, I mean, I'm right across the border. I have a lot of Pittsburgh Steeler friends in the area, and people are not happy locally. Friends, even online, they're just like, "Why? Why are we doing this?" They wanted a young, innovative guy. They didn't want someone old, and I mean, it just baffles my mind why they would do this. And people are saying, oh, this is the script. I mean, like, if Rogers is going to come back, it's going to be made for TV. They're going to hype all this up. Rogers is back, and playing with McCarthy again, and so I don't think this is going to end well for the Steelers. To be honest, I mean, they went 19 years without having another coach. I don't think that's going to be the case in this era.
I don't think he'll be coaching 8 years at
No.
least. But one clue of why they hired Mike McCarthy is they have Aaron Rodgers in that room, kind of 1 foot out, 1 foot in. Could this entice Aaron Rodgers, who played under McCarthy in Green Bay for 13 seasons, to stick around in Pittsburgh? Because the quarterback situation is not good. They got the 21st pick. You're not going to get a star-studded quarterback. And what's available in free agency might look a little too thin. But your thoughts of this could be the reason.
Yeah, no, I think that could be a big reason. I mean, the owner says they don't know what Aaron's plans were. This didn't factor in their decision. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not buying that. But we'll see. I mean, they do have Howard, the rookie this past year from Ohio State. I mean, see what he's got. I mean, I don't. I know a lot of people online are saying that locally. So before you go jump the gun, I mean, we haven't really seen what he could do. So I don't know.
The AFC, like this division, like the AFC North is going through coaching changes. Obviously, the Baltimore
Yeah.
Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, not the Bengals. They decided to keep Ryan.
I think he's got 1 year. I mean, the
Think
Bengals.
so.
We might be talking about this, and McDermott. I heard that he's going to sit out this cycle. Don't be if the Bengals flop. It's a possibility he could be the head coach of the Bengals in the future.
That could be
If that,
something else.
yeah.
Yeah. Head out a year, do broadcast on
Hmm.
CBS, see what happens. Zach Taylor. I mean, because that Bengals team is very attractive. You got Joe Burrow,
Yeah,
got Jamar Chase.
absolutely.
They're all in their
Yeah,
20s. So hey,
you go from Josh Allen to Burrow. I mean, he'd eat that up in a second. So
quite something. So we'll see what happens in the AFC North. What do you think about the Ravens hire the new coach Jesse Hunter?
yeah, I mean, it's a young guy. I mean, I just don't. I mean, just hearing. I mean, to go, from Harbaugh to him, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I don't think it's going to be a huge turnaround right away. To be honest with you, I don't see it.
He was a defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers. He did work with the Ravens for years, I think until 2022, and so he knows that room, knows that organization. worked also in Michigan, was with the Ravens 2017 and 2020. So there's something there that he knows about. So we'll see what happens to the Ravens. Hard to coach Lamar Jackson. I think whoever takes
Yeah.
that job.
Yeah,
So
clearly. I thought they would go offense, particularly with Jackson there. I was kind of surprised that they went a defensive route, coach. So.
yeah, quite something. So we'll see what happens in Baltimore. And another team that the Buffalo Bills are hiring are trying to hire a head coach. They got let go, Sean McDermott. Philip Rivers interviewed for the head coaching job, but withdrew it. I guess maybe because he probably wasn't going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that he got an interview, I mean, that's kind of cool. I think one day maybe he will have an opportunity to coach. I just didn't foresee it. It was Josh Allen and the Bills, and but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if that Utinsky gets a shot there. I think they're going to try to make a splash with the young, innovative guy. But Josh Allen's sitting in on interviews, so I mean, we'll see. What his thoughts are, which is
That's
kind of
right.
somewhat
He is
unprecedented.
sitting.
Somewhat unprecedented. Yeah, somewhat
He's sitting.
unprecedented. I don't ever recall that a coach or a player sitting in interviewing people. I don't ever recall that happening.
I don't ever recall that. I don't think Tom Brady never had a chance to do that. But yeah, you're right. That's something that it might, which I actually see that in the NBA. I do see, I hear about players sitting in for coaching interviews, or they say, well, who they want. But when it comes to the NFL, that's different. But quite something. Hopefully the Bills get their act together because they have a good team, great quarterback. They might need another receiver, so we'll see what happens there. But look at what the Buffalo Bills have interviewed so far. As we talked about before, Grant Udinsky. They've interviewed Giants head coach Brian Hable, Colts defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo, and Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver. Who do you think could get hired? I mean, Udinsky could be more promising, I think.
Yeah, no, I think for sure. I mean, Dable's a little risk. I know, that's kind of that same regime. I think I think Udinsky would probably be a little more promising, but we'll see. I mean, sometimes people go with the safe choice, and maybe it is Dable, or in their mind, what they would appear safe.
It could be a decision that maybe quarterback Josh Allen probably was, hey, bring back Coach Brian back because I got along with them. So we'll see. He might be that
exactly
choice one or choice two.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. And the Buffalo Bills, good attractive team to work with, and also their new stadium coming up. But hey, Dan, what can I say? Before we do the recap, let's do a quick break from our sponsors. In the rhythm of life, every tick of the clock holds a story. But how do we make every moment count? Meet Start Time, the simplest way to log, track, and optimize your time right at your fingertips. Start Time is designed for simplicity. With just a tap, begin logging any activity. And when you're done, hit stop. It's that easy. Wherever you are, Start Time knows. Our location detection feature automatically tags your logs, giving context to every second spent. Keep your day in perspective with a log tab. Every task, every moment, neatly organized and easy to review. Log, track, and optimize your time with a tap. Ready to make every moment count? Start with Start Time. Available now for iOS. There have it. Start Time for iOS. Go get it in the App Store. All right, Dan, are you ready to recap NFL Championship Sunday?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it going. All right. First game was in Denver. Quite cold, chilly. It was the first half. It was not snowy, but what can you say? The Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7 on Sunday afternoon at Denver's power field and defensive slugfest that began on a green, well-manicured surface and ended on a white snow-covered gridiron. Drake May handled the sloppy snowy conditions better than the home team, and he scored New England's only touchdown on a 6-yard keeper, propelling the Patriots to the 12th Super Bowl, Dan.
Yeah, no, it was a tale of two halves. I think Sean Payton had a bad call there in the first half to take the points, especially if you had an idea it was going to be snowing like that. They didn't get it, and just gave the ball right there. That gave the great field position for the only touchdown, Drake May. And Stiddy played good. He had a couple good throws, touchdown throw. Had the bad forward/back pass. There's debates online what that actually was. But should have just took the sack there in that situation, and just not having the experience. Hey, there's a lot of chatter, all these Pats haters online. This was the easiest path to the Super Bowl, easy schedule, and all these injuries, and they had cakewalk in the playoffs, this and that. So, but they're going to the Super Bowl, that's for sure.
Quite something. It was very snowy, but let me show you the pass. How do you think he did? You think if Bo Nix was there, think the game would have been different?
I think so. I think they would have definitely had a better chance to win. He probably would have made a couple more plays for sure. And I think when it snowed, that really changed the game a little bit. Couldn't really make much passes down the field. I think it would have been a much higher scoring game had the weather not been like it was in the second half.
Quite something. The Patriots will have their 12th Super Bowl appearance. No other team has more than 8 who are back on the sport's biggest stage after 4-13 each of their past 2 seasons. 8 wins only in the past 8 seasons. The last team to win the Super Bowl after having 5 or fewer wins the year before, the 2001 Patriots in Tom Brady's first season as a starter.
Yeah, that's quite something.
Crazy. History is deja vu again. Let's go to Seattle, Dan. The Seahawks beat the Rams 31-27 in Seattle to cap an epic trilogy between the division rivals this season and win the franchise 4th consecutive title, all in the last 20 years. First was 05, then 13, 2014, then 2025. Sam Darnold had 25 by 36 passes, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Jackson Smith and Jibba, JSN, 10 receptions, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, bested Matthew Stafford, who had 22 out of 35 passes, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Puka Nacua, 9 receptions, 165 yards, and a touchdown in the 3rd straight down to the wire game these teams have contested.
Yeah, it was pretty much a shootout type game, back and forth. JSN looked great. He is the real deal. All Ohio State all these receivers from Ohio State. But Darnold made a couple more plays. Talk about a redemption story there. Vikings are kicking themselves right now, letting him go. But that questionable call where you just played, that to me looked like he was, number one, short, and he lost the ball. So either way you look of it, I don't feel like that was a catch. So they got lucky right there. But hey, they got the win. And, a lot of people are saying online that people calling for McVay to be fired because he bad clock management and he should have kicked the field goal there late in the 4th. So we'll see. I don't think he's getting fired. The big story, though, is Stafford coming back or not. He didn't really want to talk about it after the game, so that'll be a story there to see what he does.
You think McVay should have done
challenge?
Coach's challenge?
Yeah, and it looked like he was getting ready to. It almost looked like the refs were trying to talk him out of it. Like they were chatting. They were trying to figure out what was going on there. But yeah, that, I don't know. That looked looked like it wasn't a catch. He didn't complete it to the ground. And either way, it was short, even if he did.
There's another camera angle that shows it was, but anyway, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
Speaking about the New York Jets, the guy that was drafted in 2018, that class with Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, he was the first to reach the Super Bowl from that class. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, no, I mean,
and Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, pretty wild that he's going, it's something else.
Quite something. Well, there you have it. NFC Championship game, Seattle Seahawks, AFC Championship Patriots, New England Patriots. Which of these two games were you surprised?
I mean, I think I was surprised of the Denver game. Like I said, I thought I didn't think it was going to be 10-7, but I do think that the weather played a lot to do with that for sure. But they're both good defenses. I mean, it was kind of a boring game in a sense, and I mean, honestly, I think. I mean, looking ahead, I think the Seahawks are going to get an easy win here. I don't even think it's going to be close.
Let's wait for your predictions till next week, Dan. Because next week you'll be back because you'll probably be talking. We'll be probably talking about the Cleveland Browns hiring a new coach.
Yeah,
that will have a good segment there. Then we'll also predict the Super Bowl next week. A Super Bowl weekend, a week preview. All those shows will be looking at the Super Bowl, the biggest game in America in February in San Francisco between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. A little bit of a deja vu trivia. What year did they meet in the 10s?
Not sure.
2016.
Is that when it was?
Let me double check. I know it's around Super Bowl X. Okay, I got the Wikipedia page. That's February 1st, 2015. I was off a year.
2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah,
which was the game where Seattle did not give the ball to Beast Mode. Running back Marshawn Lynch.
Yes. So have you seen the picture that's kind of going online of all these conspiracy theorists that it's scripted and who's going to make the Super? Like they have a picture of all the quarterbacks looking at the stadium, and the front two quarterbacks are Darnold and Drake May.
I did see that picture. I didn't know about the conspiracy though.
Yeah. People were saying, "Look, they're showing us right here who they got going."
Oh my gosh, quite something. Anyways. To be honest, this whole playoffs was not the most exciting one.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it really wasn't. It's just because it was just such a fluke year that the Mahomes is. I mean, it could have been anyone's year. I mean, it's Mahomes wasn't in it, and the Ravens and all these star teams just weren't there, or injuries. I mean, it's just kind of been a fluke type of year.
And there you have it. That's the rig one. Barkley on top, and I guess you're saying Drake Mays on the top, and let's see. Oh, there's Darnold.
Yeah.
So they're kind of more towards the front area. Quite something. Well, there you have it. Super Bowl is coming in 2 weeks. We'll be waiting for that time, and of course, we always have some other sports going on. How the Cleveland Cavs doing so far?
Yeah, so they're starting to play a little more consistent. They play again tonight. They look good against Orlando. They played Orlando a couple days ago. Now they're coming back to play in snowy Ohio. Actually, I was supposed to go today, but I had to sell my tickets because I wasn't driving, trucking.
Who's going to that game tonight?
Yeah, exactly. I sold it for $5-10. I mean, it's something stupid,
People that live nearby the stadium, that's the only way.
Yeah, exactly.
Who can walk there?
Yeah, so the guys are starting to get a little healthy. I mean, they're a few games back from third place. So I mean, hopefully they can get guys back and start playing in the second half of the year and get back.
How's Garland doing?
Well, he hurt his other foot now, so I mean he's banging out these injuries. So we'll see what happens down the stretch.
Speaking about foot injury, Bo Nix will be out 12 weeks, which will be back in time for training camp and week 1. So we'll see what happens. This is a time where when all the teams are out, get all the players inspected, get they're evaluated of their bones and everything. Anyways, A lot going on. Dan, what is to reach
Yeah.
you? What's the best way to reach you online to ask you about how do you shovel snow?
Yeah, yeah. You could reach me on X, Danimal2478, or TikTok, Dan the Funeral Man. Um, there's a video, I don't know if you saw. It was actually AI that where with the snow that I'm actually pulling a
TikTok
casket.
AI?
Yeah, yeah, pulling a casket in the snow, trying to get to the cemetery. No, it was a skit, but I mean it's
I
kind of
got
gone
you.
semi-viral. So check it
I
out.
had no idea you're able to do AI stuff
Yeah, it's
on
pretty
TikTok,
wild.
right?
Yeah, well, it was another app. So
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
There you have it. You can reach us at
Yeah,
thesportscast.net.
yeah.
We may hear the Cleveland Browns hiring a coach as early as today. Keep that in mind. We'll see what happens with the other teams. You can reach us at thesportscast.net or the Sportscast1 on Instagram and X. And always, Dan, always a pleasure. Stay warm
Hmm.
and be safe.
Yep. All right. Have a good one.
And this was your update.